And here we are. Day 8. No power. And not looking good to have it in the next couple of days. And I'm way past over it. The worst part, I was thinking that the obvious answer with the worst part is no air conditioning. Because even though it's October, it's still in the mid to upper 80s. I'm not sure that that's my biggest miss. I'm really missing the dishwasher and laundry. As the laundry is piling up, and yes, I did do some yesterday, little sinkeration. The dishes, I caught on very quickly that we really needed to not keep using new silverware and new bowl every time we needed silverware or bowl. So I've been doing okay on the silverware, but the dishwasher's full and stinky. So yeah, I'm really missing the dishwasher. Sorry, a little traffic issue there. Yeah, and of course the time that I don't always have because there's distractions, I have now to do things like vacuum. So yeah, I think what I'm missing the most is just the ability to do simple housework. If I started to take all this stuff out of the dishwasher and wash it by hand, I don't know, it's pretty full. I might not have enough sink area to do all of that. One at a time, I guess, and wash and dry. That sounds like an all-dayer. If I'm going to sit around and sweat, I'm going to sweat outside. That sounds like I would be sweating inside. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, it's Friday. Power's been out since this day last week, about 4 hours earlier. So this has been fun. It's been educational. It's been maybe not educational. It's been enlightening, insightful. It's I'm not sure exactly, but it's made me more aware of things to do better and different for next time. Relying on so many things that have to be charged via USB, bad idea. Because then you're running your vehicle all the time, or unless you have some solar chargers for your phone, maybe it would help with some of that. Maybe not the fans, but light. Anyway, I'd rather stock up on batteries and good old-fashioned battery flashlights than try to keep running my car to charge stuff all the time. And of course, I mean, they don't say they don't want you to. They're begging you to. With my vehicle has 2 USBs plus 3 cigarette lighters. You know what I mean? The plugs. I don't know. I just would rather do that. And I really, really, really got to think about Generac or Jackery or something that can be some sort of backup. This whole thing has my father so out of sorts. It's concerning, but I know it's his. I think it's an indicator of his mental health, and he is currently on day 8 without his best friend. Doesn't matter what he's watching, as long as he's watching something. He just likes his television. No, loves his television. And I've never seen him happier to go to dialysis. Because he knows he's going to sit there and watch TV uninterrupted for 4 or more hours. I think of the Davis boys I think I'm the favorite son. I think that's fair to say. I think my brothers would acknowledge that. I didn't choose that. We have common interests, and our personalities get well together. I am willing to overlook his flaws strictly because he's my father, and you only get one. So anyway, so what I was getting at is I do believe I'm his favorite, but if you asked him his favorite things, I'm gonna be down the list a little bit. Yeah, pretty sure I'm okay with that. What are you gonna do? Anyway, had pizza from a new pizza place last night. Very dangerously located, very near my house, and that scares me a little bit. It's pretty good. I mean, it would. I think it would be in my top 10 in Greenville. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I have 10 in Greenville. My favorite in the upstate is still my favorite in the upstate. My favorite in Greenville is still my favorite in Greenville. This would be in the top 3 or 4 after that, maybe. Yeah. Joe's in Clemson, far and away the best in the upstate. Pizza Parquisio, far and away best in Greenville. And then we get into Carmela's, Belladina's. Sidewall is not there. Sidewall's down a block. A category, I should say. Freddy's, or is it Frankie's? Frankie's. Frankie's can be in there, Bada Bing, some of those ones I haven't been to in a while, but they're all pretty much just New York pizza, but good New York pizza. Kills me when I keep seeing these, every chain now, I guess there's just the main 3, Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's. I don't even put Little Caesars in that category. They all are advertising New York style. But is it? It seems like you would never get a true New York pizza in a colored box that was advertised on TV. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I just was reminiscing about my pizza last night. Good salad too, antipasto salad, and it was outstanding. Good meats, and garlic knots. Ooh, I gotta stop. So anyway, all right, I'm rambling. See ya. All right, it is. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna turn it down so I don't get pooped on by YouTube not liking that I have music on. It's 4:39. My father's laying in bed, of course, because if you can't watch TV, what else can you do but go to bed? What in the hell are these people doing? So, as much as I thought that this work that's going on right here that you can't see was going to be some sort of indicator that I might have power back soon, because they were still saying 11 something tonight. I just got a text from Duke a couple hours ago saying that it's going to be 11:45 Sunday night, not Friday night. I'm still in my head going to say it's going to be sooner than that, but I'm not going to risk it either. The heat and the lack of mental soothing that my father derives from television, I can't do that to him anymore. I've probably done it too long already. I'm going to go get him a hotel room and hope that he is okay with being by himself, because I'm not getting one for myself. I don't want to share one with him because I don't want to listen to the coughing and breathing and farting and every damn thing else. And I also don't want to not be home should the power come back on. I have I have 2 or more, 3 coolers going. I don't want to have to mess with all that with a hotel. I just as soon stay at home. I can handle the sweating. I can handle a lot more when it's just me I'm worrying about, not him. I'm fairly easygoing in a situation like this. I'm uncomfortable because it's hot, but I also recognize that it's just it's just a crap situation. It's not anybody's fault. Nobody's suffering less than me or more than me. And I know that my father's brain doesn't work right, so I want to cut him some slack as much as I can. But to continue to listen to him bitch and gripe and moan about something that everybody's dealing with, it's not just him. I want to say, do you really think you're the only one that's unhappy about this? Are you the only one inconvenienced? Because that's really all it is. It's an inconvenience. We're not physically harmed. We're not irrevocably damaged. We're just a little inconvenienced. And he is so torqued about it that I just can't deal with that anymore either. So I'm on my way right now. Probably worst time of day to get in this traffic, although I don't think traffic norms are apply at this point. With no school and a lot of people not working, and I'm guessing some that are still out of power, traffic's different. I have waited on traffic more today than I would on a normal Friday times 4. It's just kind of crazy. I picked my father up from dialysis today. He was actually done early. I didn't think I got there very late, but he was already outside when I got there. And I asked him if he went to the bathroom. We're trying to make that a habit too when he's done, in case we don't come straight home. Well, today I was not planning on coming straight home, so I asked him about the bathroom. He said he went. So I said, we're just going to go sit down at Harris Teeter and you can watch ESPN and I'll get you a pretzel and a drink and we'll just sit there for a little while. And so that's not the way the pretzel thing is supposed to work. It's something you buy, I guess, while you're getting your groceries and you pay for it on the way out. So I got 2, took them to the table, one for him, one for me. I said, you go ahead and start eating your pretzel. I'll go get us drinks, and which, like cold Cokes up at the front. And then I went to the scan thing and paid for the pretzels and drinks. And then went back over and we sat there for, I guess, about 45 minutes or so, maybe a little longer than that. Anyway, actually able to have a little bit of conversation, which is not always easy with him. But as part of his, one of the side effects from the issues he's had with the strokes is his speech is a little impaired, but it's also a matter of, like mumbly, kind of. Sorry, I wanted to see that guy because I thought it was somebody I knew. It's not just impaired, like mumbly and whatnot, but it's also sometimes he can't speak very loudly. So I have to very often ask him to repeat and lean in and listen close. And when you're sitting in a place like that where there's noise everywhere and people moving everywhere, it's really hard to have much of a conversation. But he said something about wanting to hear more old stories about old basketball players, and he mentioned 2 in particular, Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. And so I told him one of my favorite Larry Bird stories, and I've told him before, but because of his memory, it's like he's hearing it for the first time. And it's just a couple of funny little stories. Larry Bird, if you don't know, yes, he played 40 years ago, but he is probably still one of the all-time great shit talkers. So yeah, those kind of stories are always fun. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my phone holder here. Something's not right with that. And then I told him, actually, he brought up first Mickey Mantle, who, number 7 for the Yankees back in their 50s and 60s. That was Walt's hero. Walt played baseball more than basketball at that point, and probably baseball might have been his better sport, which is kind of surprising from what I know of his basketball career, that he was pretty damn good at that too. But I had to tell him just last night, doom scrolling on Reels, if it's Facebook, YouTube, Insta. I don't know what it was. Anyway, I saw a reel, and I'll just tell you, since I got the time. It was an old clip from David Letterman. And it was George Steinbrenner and Billy Martin were there together. I guess New York, right? Yankees, whatever. Steinbrenner didn't say a word during this clip. It was all Billy, and he was telling the story of Mickey. This is when they were teammates with the Yankees. Mickey was going to take Billy Martin hunting. That was something that they wanted to do together. Billy wanted to, he knew that Mickey was a hunter, and he wanted to go with him. And Mickey Mantle told him, he said, hey, I've got a buddy about 4 hours from here that has a big ranch. We can go and hunt and maybe do a little fishing if you want to do that and have that experience. And he said, okay, yeah. So they drove the 4 hours to this place, and Mickey parked, and he said, Billy, just stay right here. I'm gonna go up and let him know we're here, and make sure he knows that we're gonna do some hunting on his land, and blah blah blah. And so he knocks at the door. The guy, his buddy, comes. He tells him, and he said, okay, but he said, Mickey, I got a favor I got to ask of you. He said, we've got this old mule it's part of the family, but it's gotten pretty old, and it's starting to have some problems, and out of kindness to it, we want to put it down, but we're all so close to it. It's been hard for us to pull the trigger, quite literally. And so he asked Mickey to go ahead and shoot his mule and put it out of its misery and help the family out. And Mickey said, yeah, sure, absolutely, we'll do that. And so he went back to the truck where Billy Martin was sitting, and he told Billy, he's like, you're not going to believe this. He said, we can't hunt on this land. He said, we're not allowed. He acted like he didn't even know who I was. He said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up to his barn and shoot his old mule. Billy's eyes got wide, and he couldn't believe it. And he walked up to the barn with Mickey, and they had their rifles, and Mickey just turned the rifle to the mule and shot it. Pow! The echo, the reverb of a rifle fire. And as soon as it went, Mickey Mantle heard two more shots. Pow! Pow! And he turned around and he said, Billy, what the hell are you doing? He said, well, I figured while you're taking out the mule, I'll take out two of his cows. But Mickey played a joke that didn't go over so well. He left Billy Martin in the dark on that one. And Billy Martin was just laughing and said, yeah, that hunting trip cost me $800. Anyway, I got a good chuckle out of Walt on that one. That was a pretty good story. So anyway, I'm at the hotel. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see if we can get Walt a simple little room here.